Well, hey everyone, I'm here making a video because I wanted to share with the thing that's been going through in my mind for a very long time, and it's about where I used to work. I used to work at a clothing store as a sales associate here in Richmond, and it's named Genix. This store is pretty much, it's not like Forever 21 or like H&M or anything of that sort. It's pretty much a ghetto store for ghetto people. Let's just say that. Well, anyways, I want to talk about the store I used to work in. The reason I want to talk about this is because I want to tell you guys the story I went through with that. Well, it's not really a big old story, but I'm curious, like, was that even right for him to do? Was it legal for him to do? I don't understand. Like, it's been going through my mind. But okay, before I started working at Genix, my friend, she texted me saying if I wanted a job. Obviously, I said yes. And then on that Monday, I just started working. He did not talk to me. Well, he talked to me to tell me what to do. But the thing is, he didn't even consult me. He didn't do an interview or anything. He just gave me the job off the bat. Okay, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'll get the job. I'll do it. Fuck it, right? Well, I went on my first day. He was nice. I'm not gonna lie. He was a nice dude. He's Korean. There was nothing wrong with him. He didn't seem like a mean dude. And the only thing he showed me what to do is how to put the clothes from smallest to biggest. The first day was okay, good, whatever. But the thing is, he didn't train me to do anything. The only thing he told me is, oh, just fix the clothes from smallest to biggest and see how much inventory we need. Okay, I did that, and then after that I didn't see him anymore. He only comes to the store once in a while. Once he thinks that we need more merchandise, or once he thinks that we need more money, or once he thinks that we need more bags, like bags to put the merchandise in when people bought it. He did not teach me what to hang, how to fold things, where things go, how are things organized, how are the rules. He did not teach me anything. He did not train me whatsoever. Like, nothing. He did not train me, but he put, let's just say, I don't want to say names. Let's just say the first girl I met that went there, he put one girl to supposedly train me. However, she was not even trained well enough herself. And I don't want to say this is a race thing or anything like that, but she was the most favorite person he had, and she was Korean as well. I don't want to say, oh, because she was Korean, he was feeling it, he was okay with her, he was acceptive of her and not of everybody else. I don't want to say that because I don't know if that's really what it is, or if they have a really good friendship, or I don't know, it's just a good bond, they hit it right off. Back to the story. I guess he put so much trust in her that he thought she was well trained. No, not really. I asked one of my coworkers, I asked my friend, she's like, no, she just started working this year and she's already an assistant manager. And I was just like, what? And she's like, yeah, that's what my friend said. She said, oh, the only ones that are well trained is me and the other girl. Why? Because we almost a year and a half working there. And I was like, oh, okay. Then why did they put the other girl, the Korean girl, to work with me? And she was like, oh, I don't know. Okay, I didn't trip off. I didn't really do anything. What I did do is ask, what should I do with the hangers? I asked plenty questions, of course, because I was not about to work in some place where I was not well trained, where I was not well told what to do, how to do the things, where to put the things, etc. And then I worked specifically with 3 different girls, and I worked 3 days a week, or maybe 4 or 5, depending, all depending. 5 hours each day. I didn't mind. It was a chill job. I was like, okay, I get paid $9.50 and it's a pretty easy job. Why would I trip? Anyways, so the job went well. I was learning more things and more things as I asked questions. The only reason I started being trained was because I was asking questions. However, I only lasted 3 months in that job. Why? Because the manager didn't seem to like anything I was doing, like anything. I would do things incorrectly and he would get mad, like really angry, but he wouldn't tell me anything. He would complain to my friend who had gave me the job, and I was just like, why is he telling you? Why isn't he telling me? So one day, it was like 2 months later after I started working there, he just started to work at the same day I was, and he took off one of the girls I usually work with. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do the same thing I always do. I started putting the merchandise, I started putting it out where they supposedly belong. I put the color by color, size by size. However, he got mad because I wasn't putting the right hangers for the right shirts even though I thought they were the right hangers for those shirts because that's what they had told me. The co-workers, not the manager, one co-worker had told me this. And he was just like, does this look the same to you? And I was like, no. He's like, does this look like it's falling off? And I was like, yeah, it kind of does, but that's what they told me to do. He's like, I don't know who told you that, but that's not how you do it. I was just like, okay. And that's it. I didn't tell him anything. And so I didn't fix it because he's like, you know what, I'm gonna just fix it. So he fixed it himself. Later, he told me to hang some shirts. He was just like, help me hang some shirts. Because right when we started working, he told me what to do and what to fix. So I started fixing the men's section, which was like, okay, the women's section was here, the men's section was on this side. So half of the store was men's section, the other half of the store women. So I was like, okay, I'll fix the men's section. What is it that you want me to fix? He's like, just put the sizes correctly. And I was like, all right. So I will do that. While I was doing that, I barely had started. However, he's like, you know what, just forget it and go hang some shirts. And I was just like, what? Like, but he didn't say it nicely. He was just like, just forget it and come do the shirt. Like, he did it in the attitude. Like, I was just like, okay, I guess he's in a bad mood. I'm not gonna do anything about it. Why would I? I want to keep this job. It's a really simple job. I'm paying what I need to pay. I'm paying for my cat because my cat is obviously like a kid. They have needs and we have to give them their needs. Anyways, so that happened. So I hanged up the shirts. However, these shirts are they're like baseball shirts. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're not the button up ones. So it's like the sleeves, they're different colors. So like the shirt is white, but the sleeves are burgundy. Or the shirt is black and the sleeves are gray. That's how it was. However, I would organize every shirt by the color of the sleeves. I was like, oh, people are gonna notice, like, whatever. I don't think, you know, he's gonna trip. 5 minutes later, after I was finished with all the shirts I had done, he got so angry just because I put the shirts together just by the shoulder color. And I was just, he's like, Nadia, come over here. I was like, okay. No, he was like, Nadia, can I speak to you? And I was like, okay. So I went to where he was at, which is where I put the shirts. And then I went over there and he was just like, he's like, you see this? I was like, yes, I see it. He's like, do you see this? And I was like, yeah, I see it. So he takes out a shirt and he takes out another shirt. They both have burgundy sleeves, but one is a white top and the other one's a gray top. Do they look the same to you? I was like, no. He's like, then why do you put them together? I was like, because they're the same color. They're not the same from the shirt, but they're the same from the sleeves. He's like, well, that's not how you do it. Every week, he started complaining. He's like, every week I come over here and I see the shirts like this. And I was like, and every week I get told to do it like that. He's like, so every time I fix it, I get mad because it's not how it goes. Are these the same? He kept asking me that same question. I was like, no. He's like, okay, then fix it. I was like, okay. So I fixed it. I didn't make a big deal about it. I was just like, okay. So throughout the whole job, it was just pretty much like that. We did not speak to each other. We did not say hi to each other. Each time I asked him a question, which take this in count, he told me in the beginning of the job, if you have any questions, please ask me about them, or please tell me about them, and I will be happily to answer them. Each time I asked him a question, he would be like, did you see where you put all the things? Did you even go around the store? Everything was just, what the hell? You're a manager. You didn't even train me to start with. Why are you getting mad at me? Like, why? I don't understand. Why are you getting so angry? With that day, I did get angry. I was just like, okay, but I didn't say anything. I mean, I'm a nice person. I'm not a person that will blow up. Not anymore. I used to, but not anymore. I'm not like that anymore. Because not everybody or anything in this life is gonna be fair to me. So I can't just be blowing up out of the blue and be like, no, don't fucking yell at me, or I'm trying to do whatever you want. Or like, I don't know. I'm not that kind of person that will blow up on somebody. So I was just like, okay, and I left it like that. But I was so angry throughout the day. And to begin with, in this clothing store, it's in the middle of the ghetto. We get a whole lot of rude customers. We get a whole lot of customers that will steal things. And not only that, the manager I didn't know this. I didn't know this until like the last 2 weeks I worked. They told me, oh, the manager doesn't like us talking to other coworkers while we're on. And I was just like, and you tell me this now, why? Like, really, right now? Why right now? But the thing is, in the last two, okay, well, anyways, it was pretty much bumpy between me and the manager. We didn't seem to get along. He tried to get along one day. Next time he came back, he came with a bad attitude. He didn't like how I worked. He didn't like how I did things. However, I corrected other coworkers' mistakes. I'm not trying to take all credit or anything, but I corrected other coworkers' mistakes. I put the tags and did my work as fast as I could. I even got one of my friends to work there. Well, anyways, back to the story. Me and him were just constantly like the cat and dog. we would not connect. We would constantly argue, or we not constantly argue, but we not constantly like each other. We would not say a word to each other. We would not say hey to each other. We would not say good morning every time I worked with only him. Nothing. We would not even cross a word unless he wanted me to fix something his way. Okay, the last week, and also to keep this clear, I'm not saying, oh, I worked very hard every single day. No, there was days I would slack off, and there was days I would not do anything. But there was also days, well, on the last week I worked, it was okay, it was a chill thing. And on Saturday, every Saturday, I don't work Saturdays, get this. And because I didn't work, I would always text my coworkers, can you send me a picture of my schedule? However, they were like, oh, you don't have a schedule. But get this, this was the assistant manager, the other Korean girl. She was my friend, don't get me wrong. She was super nice, sweet. She got me into cats, that's where I got booted. She texted me saying, oh, you don't have any work this week. You don't have hours. The manager said he was just gonna take off your hours for this week so he could keep maintenance. She sent me a message saying so he can keep maintenance. I was like, okay. I just replied saying, okay, thank you. But in my mind, I was just like, yeah, why can't you just tell me the truth that I might be getting fired or he didn't like anything I did? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna let this week pass. I let the week pass and waited for next Saturday. On the Saturday that was after the one I had texted them in, I said, oh, okay, can you send, now that this whole week had passed so you can keep maintenance, can you take a picture of the schedule and send it to me? And they're like, oh, you don't have hours again this week. And I was just like, okay, it's alright. I didn't make a big deal. I didn't do anything. The third Saturday, I asked them to say, no, I didn't even ask them the same question. I texted my friend that I got into the job and asked her, is my name in the schedule? And she was just like, nope, your name is not in the schedule. He just said, oh, I'm just doing this to keep maintenance. He didn't say, oh, I'm doing this because you're getting fired. Or I'm doing this because I have to let you go. He did not give me one little, he did not talk to me, he did not call me, he did not text me, he did not do any communication whatsoever to tell me, oh, I'm firing you. So my question is that even legal? Like for him to just stop giving me work without giving me a word? Like he just left me in the schedule for 2 weeks straight for him to automatically take me off the schedule the third week? Like that makes no type of sense. Like, is that legal? Is that okay for him to do? Just because he's a manager, does that mean he's able to do that? I don't understand. Like, my question is that legal? Like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. Like, is it okay? Was that even right for him to do? Was that these questions answered? Because I thought the manager had to have the balls to tell you, oh, I'm letting you go. Not just be like, oh, I'm gonna keep maintenance. I'm gonna keep maintenance. And then just take me off the damn schedule. Like, why didn't you have the balls to tell me that you were firing me? Is that even legal for you to just take me off the schedule without telling me or giving me any type of contact saying that you are going to fire me or anything like that? Like, is that even right? I want to know if that's right, if that's legal, if it's something he's allowed to do, because it's pretty unfair. Like, yeah, life is not fair, but still, it got me so mad once I found out that my name wasn't there anymore. But I was also relieved because I hated the job there. To start with, it's so boring. We had no customers. It is super expensive. And not only that, the so-called brands there, they're fakely expensive for me to make more sense. Like a pair of jeans could be up to 50 bucks. And for what? For it to shrink after the first wash? For it to rip after the first wash? For it to make a hole because you accidentally punctured it with a tiny nail? Or for you to rip it automatically just by having one little string being pulled? So can you guys please help me figure out if that was legal for him to do, or was it right for him to do that? I don't understand. I really want to know, was that okay? Well guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys answered truthfully of how you guys would actually react to this, or if my situation was your situation, or is it legal? Please answer these questions like that I just gave you. Like, I can't get it out of my mind. It's been 3 weeks since I've stopped working there. Probably more than 3 weeks since I stopped working there. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe if you want to. Bye!